him all kinds of ways, and he will not move. He gives no fucks.
He doesn't give a fuck
at
all.
What are you doing? He's like a little ragdoll cat. Look at him. Look at him.
It started, by the way.
Already?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch, you tricked me.
Well, I figured we'd go to like a cold open, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we
Can
won't
you believe that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock?
Oh my god. Imagine all this time we've been gone and we just start talking about stuff that happened 3 years ago.
The shit that happened like way before we stopped doing the podcast.
Yeah. So it's been like, what, 6 months?
Since
we've recorded?
No, man,
Anyways, welcome.
You could tell me it's been a year and a half and I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right. I have no clue.
To Shirts Off Audio Edition.
Is that what this is?
The Shirts Off Audio.
Is this just an extension of the old podcast?
Yeah, why not? You
okay,
know? Fuck it. Every name I came up with, everybody was shooting down. So I was like, fuck it, it's Shirts Off.
New Shirts Off. I'll go to
that should be the name of it. Fuck it, Shirts Off.
Shirts Off, fuck it.
Fuck it edition.
The fucking edition of Shirt. Man, if the original show wasn't the fucking edition of anything, if this is the fucking edition, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Like, we gave no fucks at all.
No, this is like no audience, just us. It's like when fucking Letterman went to Netflix and there was just
a huge audience. That show did really good numbers.
No, but I'm talking about like there was no live audience and no live band.
There was.
There was?
There was not. Did you watch that show?
I watched the episode with him and Obama.
Yeah, there's people
That's
there.
It. There were?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just him and the guest in like a dark, like big room, and then sometimes
it feels that way because
places.
they go to like cuddle. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he's in the room.
Because it's like one of the jokes is like, yeah, we're used to having a band, and then like it pans over to like just this empty space.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering. It's been a long time since I watched that show.
It was almost like a pre-COVID show because there was just like, and now we're kind of like
pre-COVID?
Now we're like a post-COVID show. You know what I mean?
I don't like the post and pre-COVID. It just happened for us, so it's like you don't think a lot about like 1950 America and how that was 5 years after World War II.
That's nuts,
no one thinks like the 1950s. Those guys just got finished fighting the Nazis. You think 1950s, new cars and cool jobs and like all this amazing shit is happening.
I mean,
like that's how it's viewed because that's what was going on in that era. But like people aren't going to look back at the 2030s as that's a few years after COVID. They're going to look at the 2030s as like the fucking robots took over and killed everybody,
or whatever happens next,
or whatever happens. Yeah, but like
just while
COVID is like COVID's probably closer to what World War II felt like than any war since Vietnam. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like the global effect of what it was. Like World War I, World War II, everyone got hit by the impact of that happening. But hold on, this cat is not serious. You're sitting over here.
Well, just while we were gone, I mean, look at all that's happened.
What do you mean while we were gone?
Like while we just like let's just say it's been like 6 months. It's probably been more like 9 months.
You mean since we've been not doing the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like look at what's happened.
Well, that's always that's going to be every 6 months for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Anytime with the internet.
But
the internet has
made
moments out of like ridiculous. Dude, people do something on fucking like Twitter that would have used to get them put on Ellen. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true.
Like, Ellen used to have people on who, like, she had that dad and the little girl who sang that song in the trunk of the fucking SUV.
It's like that Chappelle joke. It's like the Challenger explodes every day for us. Yeah, and now literally. It's getting to where the Challenger explodes every, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's literally... 4 big things will happen in one day.
The Space Shuttle Challenger, by the way.
Yeah, like 4 big things will happen in one day, and then a week later, you're like, wait, James Earl Jones died? Like, everyone forgets everything. Nothing's ever real. Nothing's impactful unless you are very into it.
Dude, like Trump being the 2 assassination attempts. The first, let alone the bullet that actually hit him. Yeah. And then, like...
Or the 3. Or really, 3. Yeah. There's, like, a third one at fucking Coachella that was, like, swept right under the rug. Yeah. like a guy had fake VIP passes to the Trump rally, had a fucking... shotgun that wasn't registered to him and an illegal handgun.
Trump played Coachella?
Anyway, he had all that stuff and they were like, that's not an attempt on anyone's life. It's like, what is it though?
Yeah, what is an attempt?
If that isn't an attempt, like they caught him and he was like fucked up. Like he was deranged, like something was wrong with him.
The memes after he like got shot were hilarious.
Unbelievable.
Dude, the Palpatine meme where it's like, the attempt on my life has left me scarred. And the four. Dude, that was like, he rolls out at the next rally and says that, I'm losing it.
Oh, dude, that would have been unbelievable. But, like...
The amount of people, too, they're like, well, he just won.
But the thing is, yeah, well...
And then he did win.
He did win, which was funny. But I don't think... By the time it got to him winning... like, by the time he did win... From the events of him getting shot in the ear and the events of him getting elected, no one cared or was even thinking about the fact that he had been shot.
No.
That was no longer, like... People who were like, oh, that's the victory... I don't think that had anything to do with his victory. I think that slowly but sure, that might have been the spotlight grabber. That might have been the fucking, everyone was like, okay, no one's shot at one of these guys in a long time. Maybe I should start reading up. And this is not me going like, I'm a fucking yeah, Trump. Like, because I didn't like him. I didn't like Kamala. I did vote for him. Yeah. I would vote for him over her. But that's not to be like, I'm a big Trump supporter. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But...
Well, I think by the end of it, like, it had shifted so much.
There's not a reason. There was not a reason to vote for her that made sense to me. Like, the people that say the fucking... like
democracy was at stake. Well, I heard that so phrase silly. Every
the only
day.
The only thing that you could even make an argument for to me that even halfway started to make any kind of sense was the abortion stuff. And even then, I'm like, if you really pay attention to what Trump's pushing, he's just trying to make it statewide.
Oh yeah.
And all you guys need to do to get that on board is everybody start voting on your fucking local politics. And like,
but they don't want to.
And start getting the movements local, not just fucking federal. Because if that's the singular issue that you want to push to have a president, that's why the country's going to fail. You can't push on singular. You have to push on like the broad spectrum. There's too much shit that was not going to change if she was reelected.
We're living in like a time,
and I'm dumb. I'm not trying. That's not me trying to say. I don't want to be like fucking. I'm right because of these reasons.
Yeah.
Like, one person made a better argument for a broad spectrum of things than the other person had no argument at all for them.
Yeah.
There was no argument on Kamala's. Every time anyone asked her about a specific topic, she said, if you go to my website, it has my opinions. It's like, bro,
what are
you should know your opinions.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Who wrote that for you?
She said, she literally, in an interview like a week, it was like 8 days or 9 days out from the election, someone said, well, what are your views on fucking, I think it was the budget. I can't remember exactly what the topic was.
The economy? Or debt, national debt?
How do you plan on addressing national debt? Whatever it was. And she was like, it's too close to the election for me to give that opinion out in detail. Or something like... She worded it weird. And she was like, but if you go to my website, my whole opinion is like bullet pointed there. My plan is laid out. And I'm like, you should, at any moment... J.D. Vance was asked about everything that he and Trump like were running on. If you asked him, he was like, well, here's what our plan is, and here's why this is our plan because of how it's going in this... Like, in the election as it is right now. It's the group chat. The group chat.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, they're ruining the quality of our podcast. Yeah. You just need to tell them to shut the fuck up. I love you guys, by the way, if you guys are listening. They're probably not listening. No. I wouldn't listen to this.
But, now we're here. We're already on politics.
Look, I'm sorry. We could not talk about it. I mean, listen, like...
I know what you mean.
The point I was going to
I'm not trying to be the political guy.
No, we've never been the political guys. We're
Except
two guys.
That time that we did a 6-hour election podcast.
Yeah, and then we didn't realize it wasn't going to end that night.
That was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah. No, I didn't. So I think that it's just we're living in a time of a lot of change, like in the political world and like the things that affects like the things that we enjoy and we watch. Because for so long it's been a certain way. Like, fucking what Marcus was just talking about. We were just watching a YouTube video, but Marcus was talking about with, like, the Star Wars trilogy. A lot of that was reactionary.
Yeah.
And you can't say... Like, it's just like they wouldn't let Finn and Poe... I know this is weird tying Star Wars politics, but I'm going...
No, it's not. Star Wars is very political.
That's true. But they wouldn't let Finn and Poe be, like, you know... around each other a lot because they didn't want people to be like, oh, well, they're gay. But then they have the one lesbian kiss in the background of, like, the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, you want to push a message, but you don't want to offend people, you know? And I feel like a lot of this coming from people that are like, fuck offending people. Like, I can't feed my family.
Yeah.
I don't have money for groceries. I'm having to choose between food and gas.
The sad thing is that there's always going to be these moments before and after these big political elections, and right before these big like swing moments in history, because like in the 60s it was the government was killing the psychedelic movement. The idea was hippies are bad, they're fucking stupid, they're bad for the country, they're doing these things. And
Clinton was a hippie, did you know?
Yeah, and that killed the psychedelic movement, and like we're finding out now that like fucking people with PTSD and schizophrenia, like you put them on the right mushroom regimen and it cures them. It doesn't like help them. It fucking gets rid of schizophrenia. Like it's crazy. And like that's what everyone was realizing. That awakening in the 60s was that. It was like love not war. And
they
like,
stomped it out.
And they stomped it out by legalizing everything, when in reality it was probably helping more people than anyone was aware of. But that's the thing,
you can't make money off somebody who's cured.
Exactly. You can't make... That's why there's no cure for cancer. I'm making air quotes with my hands. A
cured patient is a customer lost.
Exactly. And that's why psychedelics are having a big moment right now. And it's why... For a moment, we're about to see like some fucked up shit happen. I think with like gay culture and like gay representation in movies, and like a lot of the stuff that people would like put as a parallel with.
I like gay culture.
Being what I do too.
I think they're great partiers, like the best.
Sure,
partiers.
I've watched.
I didn't go to Pride this year.
I'm not gonna lie. I've watched a lot of fucking. I don't know why I said I'm not going to lie. I'm not ashamed of this at all.
Yeah.
I love a lot of really gay movies.
We have a lot of gay friends.
We have a lot of gay friends. We have a few trans friends. We have like, that's, there's nothing, I think that whole movement, if you want to call it that, got so blown out of proportion into what its message really was, that real gay people, I say that and I mean it.
Yeah.
People who are just gay, people who are just lesbian, people who are just trans in the way where they're trying to, they actually feel a way that is not the way they were born. They're just trying to live as normal a life, like in this new idea of who they are, as they can, without changing the aspect of what's actually going on in their day to day. They're not trying to go out in public and be like, I'm trans. They're trying to, if they were born a dude, if they were born a dude, they want to be seen as a woman and addressed as a woman, and vice versa. That's all they want. Gay people are the same. Lesbians are the same. They just want to go out in the world and be treated like they are to their family.
And I feel like for the most part they are.
For the most part they are.
I mean, granted, I'm saying that as a man who's straight.
98% of trans people right now are not trans people. Yeah. 98% of trans people right now are people who wanted the attention, and so because their life was too boring or whatever, so if they're non-binary or if they're whatever they are, it makes sense to complain about shit and talk shit and be like, well, you're fucking harassing me and you're, you're indoctrinating some kind of crazy ideal in society that does not go with the way that blah, 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 blah. And because of stuff like that, having a big swing in the other direction where Trump wins this election is now all it's going to do is hurt that movement where it's pure. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have movies like Luca Guadagnino. I can't say his name right. I never do. The guy that made Call Me By Your Name and fucking Bones and All. Great movies. He's making that movie Queer with Daniel Craig, where Daniel Craig plays
a gay dude. How do you spell that?
Queer.
Oh, I thought they were going to go ERE.
No, what?
Like queer, you know what I mean? That's what certain older folks say.
Anyway, shut the fuck up.
All right. We should throw an H in there, too.
Shut up.
H-E-R.
Anyway, that movie looks like it's going to be amazing.
Right.
But it's probably going to get fucking stomped on by these new people that are like, that's too woke. Just because they're happy that...
Because it swings the other way.
Exactly. The people that are just like, gay is bad. Like, the people that were just homophobic before all this happened...
They're very empowered.
Now they're empowered because Trump has won, and they see what they think is cool. Yeah. All the dudes that like saying the N-word, that stopped for a while because they were scared, that's going to come back.
They're like, well, Trump won, so now I can go on TV and say the N-word.
Yeah, I can go say all this crazy shit. And that's what's... What, bro? What? This cat looks fucking crazy right now. What are you looking at? Is there a mouse in here, bro?
He's the fuck up with that tree, dude. By the way, we're in my living room.
Yeah, what are we
got a whole change in studios.
What are we doing? This cat is a maniac, bro. This cat looking at this cat sees something.
Yeah.
Is there someone in here, bro? This cat
No, he's looking at Grim.
Okay.
Yeah, Grim's under the tree.
Okay.
Grim's the other cat, by the way. Anyways.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No, I agree.
That's the positive. That's the negative.
There's
good things.
swing.
There's bad, but those swings continue to happen.
That's the whole zig to the zag.
Yeah, all the fucking the plus on the LGBT, whatever the rest is plus.
See, I think that's where they messed up.
That's what I'm about to say. That was the first swing. That was the negative swing of the like the
involved too many
LGBT
people.
movement was a good thing and had a good cause for a long time.
Yeah.
And it finally got to a point like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, where it was like, hey, it's not, like, stop telling your kids being gay is bad.
Yeah.
Like, let them educate them on what it is to be gay. Like, let them figure themselves out. And then watch Brokeback Mountain if you want to continue studying. Watch these movies. Like, people are going to tell stories. There are gay stories. There are books. There are movies. There are people that you can talk to. Like, we have gay friends. We have lesbian friends. They've told us, like, what experiences were growing up. And, like, here's the hard part. Here's the coming out story was tough or it wasn't. You know, some people are, like baffled by how happy everyone was when they came out.
The people that really love them aren't going to be like, oh, and call them, you know, the F word.
And sometimes they will. That's the horror story of it is there are people that, like,
we
tell
did
your
that.
family.
No, I was kidding.
Yeah, of course.
Quentin came out to us and we were like, oh, you
I hate you piece of shit.
No, just kidding. No.
But,
we love Quentin. Quentin's the best, even though he fucked up the Zoom mic.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Quentin.
I can't believe you fucked up my microphone, Quentin. I hate you.
Like, beyond repair. Like, God.
God, I wish you were straight. Like, there are those people. There's the people that, like, actually...
We hate him
like,
not
I wish
because he's
these
gay.
people were fucking straight, dude.
We don't hate him because he's gay. We hate him because he fucks up our equipment.
Yeah, I hate him because he borrowed a mic for 3 years and never used it, and it's broken now.
And it was sticky.
How did you even... Yeah, how's my microphone sticky?
Like not even like a little sticky, like globs of stickiness.
Yeah, it's like he dipped it in Elmer's glue, and the Elmer's glue never, like, fucking dried. It's fucking disgusting.
Anyways, side.
We love you. We love you, Quentin.
Side notes aside, we do love Quentin, and the loving him has nothing to do with him being gay. Although we never cared that he was. Like, you know,
remember when when we went to David's class and he did that speech, and he was like, "This is the first time I've told anyone any of this," and we were like, "Yeah."
Wait, he did that at David's class?
You don't remember when we had to tell the story, and I did the story about, like, Nick and like getting into the gaming.
Was this in the college class?
Yeah, it was when you were taking it.
He came out when we were in college?
Do you not remember this?
I thought he came out way before this.
Listen to this.
Okay, go ahead. All right, tell the story.
So,
because I don't remember anything of it.
People knew. Yeah. Clearly. We both knew.
This has happened twice to me. Which, like, if I had nickel for every time, I'd only have two nickels. But
hold on, let me stop. You're literally not stopping.
Go ahead.
We went to David's class. You were actually taking it. Me and Quentin were just auditing the class.
Yeah.
We go to the class. Everyone has to go tell a fucking story. Yours was, I think yours was about your anorexia. Mine was about the fucking meeting Nick and how that, like, gaming community shit changed my life, blah, blah, blah.
Completely different trajectory.
Yeah. So, everyone in the class.
You're wearing an MFAM shirt right now. Yeah. By the way, he's still repping MFAM.
Of course. I still watch him. I'm a mom.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, even though you guys can't see it, it is here. Like.
Yeah. Anyway, we're doing that shit. And Quentin goes up and tells a story about, like, fucking, like, not really knowing he was gay, and when he did, like, the light bulb that clicked, and blah, blah, blah. And then finally, David says something along the lines of, like, who have you told about this? And Quentin says, like, I haven't told anyone. This is the first time I've mentioned any of this. And I was like, is this Quentin coming out to us? Yeah. I was like,
you had to have that moment.
Has he never said the words in this order? And then, like, he came over and he was like, are you, like... He looked almost scared, and I was like, good job. And then, like, I almost had to be... I can't remember if it was that night or, like, the next day, where he was like, so, how'd you feel about all that?
Like, you took that the whole day to take in that information. You're just, like, 5 minutes, like, oh, okay, cool. Anyways.
Well, no, the whole time I was like, are we not supposed to know Quentin's gay? Is this supposed to be new to us? And that's basically what Quentin ended up saying. He was like, you don't think I'm gay? I'm not gay. And we're like, Quentin, you're so gay. Yeah. We all know you're gay, bro. What are you talking? Or bi? Sorry, Quentin's bisexual.
Yeah.
He's like a gay-leaning bisexual. It's like how there's left-leaning Republicans. Like he's a gay-leaning bisexual.
When he when I first met Quentin, I was like, he had a huge crush on this girl in our art class named Rayleigh. And, like, he never pulled the trigger.
Way to name drop her.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, we're not going to call her out all together. But, like, you know. And, you know, it fell through. And,
no way. Did it really?
For years, I think either right after that or, like, somewhere, like, in between after that, he told me he was bi. And that's why, like, it kind of fell through.
Yeah.
And then when, like...
Maybe that David thing was, or not David. Maybe that class thing where he did that was like he just had never told me.
Or maybe he was in the I can't remember exactly. I mean, we're talking about shit that's fucking
that was
10, 15 years ago.
That was when we fucking that thing we were listening to earlier. It was like then.
So
God, bro, that was that long ago.
No, this was longer ago than that. That would have been like 24.
The end of this school year is going to be our 10-year class.
Yeah.
Are we having a reunion? You think?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
No one's told me.
If we are, I would see it on Facebook. I'll let you know if I see it. Okay. Yeah, because we're going. We're going to go as a couple.
Fuck it. No, not
yes, you're my +1.
No, hell no.
We'll bring Ted. We'll be like, this is our adopted son.
Who would you take to that? If I was going to take somebody...
I'd probably take Caitlin.
I'd probably take fucking... Who's someone ridiculous?
Tori?
No.
They wouldn't know him.
They would know him.
Nicholas Fail?
Everyone would know Tori. Tori was literally the teacher when we were there. People would know him because they had him as a teacher.
No, I'm trying to think who you take.
Take Mike. Mike would talk so much shit, bro.
Are you talking about like somebody just like that nobody would expect you to bring, or like
it would just be funny to experience that like 10-year later thing with all those people we haven't seen with like that perspective.
Oh, I'm telling people you're gay. Like I'm gonna get there like 3 hours early. Like we're giving the in-game treatment.
You've already done that. There's no one's gonna be
but like just in case like nobody knows, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like he's gay now.
Yeah.
Who he's bringing is his husband. You know, he doesn't like to talk about it, so don't impress it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like you show up really fit. You know, like how you do, tight pants, and then you have Mike with you.
Tight pants.
Yeah, you wear tight pants a lot. Like it's really tight in the crotch.
Wear exclusively baggy clothes. All my
that's not what I've
seen.
That's not the narrative I'm going to push. So.
Of course, right. It's so hard living in a southern community.
Well, that was what I was going to say, because everybody's like, and look, I'm not gay. You're not gay. We've never really experienced this firsthand, but like, vicarious. No,
yes, I have. You've ruined my life in this town.
Let me finish.
Everyone thinks I'm gay.
Let me finish.
Do you know how many people have told me,
but Creighton
said you're gay or you gay? Of course I'm not actually gay, but you represent me as gay, and people actually pay attention and listen to it. That's not. You don't experience it because you're just saying it's silly and you think it's funny. People think I'm gay. People have messaged me like, bro, you're gay? I never would have guessed you were gay. And I have to go like, I'm not. You were right. Creighton's crazy. Creighton keeps lying and telling everyone I'm gay.
I was going to say, out of all the friends we've had, out of like all the gay friends we've had, like the only negative experience we've heard about was from like Marcy when she was dating her ex way back when, and they went into a specific restaurant that starts with M that we won't say because, sponsorship. And they walk in there and like immediate reaction. I can't wait
for Moe's to sponsor us.
The immediate reaction. This was not even from that restaurant. It's from the manager. You remember that?
Or it was someone working there. It wasn't necessarily. I don't know.
Or not. Maybe not the manager, but it was
someone
somebody working there.
Was like very shitty to them.
As soon as she realized that they were like,
a couple. Is what it seemed like.
Yeah, but I mean,
who knows if that's the reason?
But we live in South Carolina, dude. We live in like the South. Like, you know what I mean? And that out of all of our like gay friends,
that's the only real negative like
that we've heard about.
Well, again, that you've heard about. Again, people have responded to me negatively because of
really.
Yes.
You get hate mail?
I get hate spoken to. Dude,
they're like, fuck you. And they call you the F word and all that
People were there. I know some fucking country ass bumpkins who straight up talk to me a certain way until they realize that you were joking. Like straight like and granted, I will say the positive side of it for me is like, oh well, at least I know that's a fucking like a bigot, like a piece of shit.
I'm helping you filter people out.
No, shut the fuck up. That is not no. That is not a good way of doing that. You're gonna get me fucking shot by some racist. Like by some asshole who thinks I'm gay. We do still live in like one of the 8 places in this country that it's really not a great like image.
That's true.
To be outwardly gay.
Listen, I was really
I will
worried.
say there's way more people that like walk around who are clearly gay. And it's like, you know what?
And they don't care.
And they don't care and people don't care. And that makes me happy for
like
them.
They're like, I may not agree with it, but like you do what you want to do. You take it in the ass.
Shit has gotten so ridiculous in so many other facets that people don't have time to hate on shit
like
that.
Like the trans have really put the target on their backs. Huh?
No, I'm talking about money. Sure, the trans
people, the
trans
money
people too. Sure, but there are trans people walking around like it's nothing. That's not the problem. I think that at any moment in society, whatever the biggest issue is the biggest issue.
And right now it's money.
Right now it's money. Everyone's broke.
And immigration.
If people weren't broke and couldn't talk to people, the next thing is fucking gay people. They're gonna start talking shit about gays like they did 15 years ago. Yeah. And then before that, it was like how the Democrats Hillary.
Before that was black people.
Well, that was way before.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying.
I'm saying, Hillary...
And we're not exactly super far away from that.
Yeah,
either.
like 15 or 20 years ago, Hillary was saying, like, fucking all this shit about closing the borders and getting these people out. Like, politicians just keep flipping the script to whatever the big issue is.
Well, the career politicians do.
Yeah, the main issue, whatever the main issue at the moment is, the biggest one, the one that gets the most views, that's what they're going to flip onto. And they're going to immediately backtrack once that issue doesn't become a problem anymore.
I will
20 years ago, being gay was not cool. Yeah. Now it's way cooler. Yeah. So everyone's cool with gay people.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to find a Republican or a Democrat, aside from the few fringe, ridiculous people
that are
going to say, you got to let me finish the sentence.
Sorry. Go ahead.
That are going to say the crazy, like, well, gays are fucking this bad. Like Ben Shapiro saying that, like, being gay is a sin.
I've never listened to what he says.
No?
No. I heard he says some crazy shit.
He says some crazy shit. He says some shit that's reasonable, too, but, like, he does have the most, like,
that's, like, the scary
ideas.
Part is, like, sometimes these dudes, they're, like, really crazy. They get people over by saying, like, some stuff like, this guy's blue, and we like that it's blue. Also, gay's bad.
That's not, know? Yeah. He's Jewish, and he's very Jewish, and he like, I mean, like, religiously, he's very Jewish, and it's like, he leans very into the fact that, like, I think he said, like, being gay is like eating sugar. Like, you shouldn't do it. Because it's bad for you.
Is he gay?
No, Ben Shapiro. Okay. He's not gay.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I've never heard anybody describe it like that.
No,
like,
he's like...
to me, I think sugar, I think, like, ooh, thing I want. And if he's described like that, I'm like,
yeah, he says it's like a... what's it called? Like a... not... impulse is the wrong word. It's like a... maybe impulse is the right word. It's like an impulse. Like, you want to do it, but you're not supposed to because it's a sin. Like cheating on your wife. Like, you shouldn't be gay because you're going to hell. It's like that kind of thing. He treats it in a weird fucking... And look, this is not me going like Ben Shapiro's.
No. That's a weird way to describe it, though.
Yeah, like, it's a weird way to describe it.
Because it sounds like he's gay.
Does it?
Yeah, because if he's like, being gay is an impulse, like, not to me. I've never looked at a man and been like, I want some of that.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's not everyone, because not everyone cheats. Not everyone does these things. He's saying the people that do it, it's an impulse. It's like a thing you need to fix. It's like something that's wrong. It's like being obese. Like, you need to work out. You need to get that out. You need to be in better shape.
Which, ironically, stereotypically, a lot of gays are really in shape. Some of them aren't, but a lot of them are.
Sure.
They're in great shape, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot. People are in great shape.
Good. There's a lot of people in great shape too. Like, honestly, like, low key, like,
I know a lot of really out of shape.
At one point in time, like, when I was going to Pride, I was like, man, these guys are just fucking, like, jacked. You know, I didn't go to Pride this year because I was mostly, like, I've heard that it's gotten out of hand the last couple of years. And, like...
Yeah, again, it's the good and the bad situation all over again. It's like you're leaning way on this fucking negative tilt for the movement right now.
Yeah.
And when the movement has this big negative tilt, shit goes bad. And people get crazy. And people start saying, like...
Well, and I like Pride. Like, I like going out and supporting, like, you know, the community and stuff.
Sure. But again, like... It gets to this toxic, like, negative area. And
it kind of felt like if I was going to go...
This is no longer a celebration. This is a protest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a protest before, but like...
Not Pride. Pride wasn't always a protest.
Pride's always been a protest. That's the whole point.
Pride's a celebration.
No. Pride's a protest, dude. Pride's a protest for gay rights. It might turn into a celebration over the years, but it started out as a protest.
Maybe in Charlotte.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know all the history. I'm not a gay historian, but like...
Be a gay historian. It's a fun history.
We should look at... I bet it is a fun history.
Don't say we should. I've watched all of them. I've watched so many
movies.
What I'm
saying is,
watch
like...
Milk. Watch fucking Brokeback Mountain. Well, that's actually not a good history one, but watch Milk. That's a good history one.
My point is, like, with Pride, is that, like, you know, it's...
It became, like, a negative kind of protest.
Like, I went last year.
Maybe you could view it all of Pride as a protest, but it's not, like... Pride is advertised, at least, as a celebration of being prideful of being gay and being in that community. It has turned into, lately... Like, fuck everyone who isn't gay. Yeah. Fuck you if you, like...
And that just feels hate.
Yeah.
And, like, that's not what it was originally. It was about love originally. Exactly. You know what I mean? Loving who you are, regardless of what you do, who you fuck, that kind of thing. Exactly.
And a lot of that was part of the hippie movement.
Yeah,
and that's another way the government used the hippie movement was like, look at all these gays in the hippie movement.
Well, when we went last
these
year,
men kissing men and women kissing women, debaucherous, and that was their ammunition to get fucking shit like psychedelics to get rid of the fucking mind altering psychedelics that change the way you view the world and history and understanding of the. You trip one time the right way and you understand everything different. It's crazy.
We went to Pride last year. I don't think you went with us. It was when I was with somebody else. And, or 2 years ago. I might have been 2 years ago. Anyways, went 2 years ago. And, like, the whole vibe had changed. Because the last time I had went was 2019, pre-COVID. Or maybe 2018, actually. I went pre-COVID. And then I went 2022. And it was just a whole different vibe. I mean, there were people... And, like, the part that was a little uncomfortable was that there was a lot of people, like... doing and producing things like for sexual things out in public where you got like families and stuff too.
Yeah.
That's the other side of it that I'm not super comfortable with. And as I get older, I'm like, okay, it's cool, to do your thing, but maybe not like cool to have like all your sex toys and lingerie like out and about. You know what I mean? Not that there's anything wrong with it, but like, maybe not just the best place if you're trying to like get everybody involved in your movement.
Yeah. And again, that's the negative swing. That's the like I do think it's at a point now where like, you had the civil rights movement happen and there's still racism and there's still hate, but like it's not commonplace. It's not just advertised, and like hopefully this downswing for LGBT is just it's a blip and everything will kind of settle out. We'll focus on the issue of the never-ending wars that happen in this world and try and get on a page where everyone's like, okay, look, gays are friends with everybody. Everybody's friends with gays. Gays are cool. Everyone's friends with black people. Everyone's friends with Hispanics and Asians. And there's no... Like, racism is such a fucking niche thing to be upset about because there's so few people that are actually openly, shittily racist that we can focus on the big, giant issues like war... like starvation, food, because we make enough food to feed everyone, and the fact that everyone isn't getting fed is absurd. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, and like the other side of it too, it's like I think that they changed way too much, way too quickly. Like they went from being just LGBT.
Aliens need to show up already. We need to all team up against something. Yeah, whether it's AI or I think the AI is going to end up being the like artificially created enemy. Like hilariously, it's artificial intelligence, right? I think it's going to be like AIE, the artificial intelligence enemy. It's going to be the thing that we band against to get humanity on the same page.
I don't know. I've come all the way on the other side of AI.
I mean,
I like AI.
I want it to be good. Don't get me wrong, but I think that what it's going to be framed as is it's going to be the thing that we have the next movement against because we can end wars if we're fighting robots. Yeah. Especially if the robots, if they decide to like fucking if they decide to MacGuffin a war by like having a bunch of robots walk into a kindergarten and kill a bunch of kids or something crazy, like then it's like, oh, clearly AI is bad, and then they'll program like one in every 100 of them to do something crazy at the houses that they're fucking operating.
Oh, you think like a manufactured enemy?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be like a created antagonist to the next 50 years, and it goes two directions. One, AI becomes sentient. Actually, the way like legit some Skynet shit, and they actually become our enemy, which is a problem. Or like the powers that be decide that half of a percent of the population are allowed to die by robots, so that we see them as an enemy. Yeah.
The same they go all Thanos on us.
Well, it's like a false flag fucking situation where we orchestrated something to start a war instead of it being against a country or another whatever. Another national power. We're doing it against a fucking robot, and then everyone's like shooting their Roombas in the fucking front yard.
That would be a hell of a
and
video
filming
game.
it like people who burned their Nikes back in the day, shit like that. Like it's gonna be people shooting up Roombas and fucking
drones,
cutting off their Alexas and like putting them in water. Like people are gonna be fucking really weird about AI. They're gonna start throwing their phones. The problem is phones though, because we're not gonna be able to backtrack phones. Yeah. Or VR or any.
That
of
would be a hell of a video game, dude.
Which one?
Like if it's a conspiracy. Like AI goes bad, but it starts out as like being like a way to unite people.
This already happened. This already.
Well, no. What I'm saying is like it's kind of.
You ever watch Eagle Eye, bro? That's what Eagle Eye is.
Really?
It's crazy. With Shia LaBeouf, good movie.
Yeah. The LGBT thing though, like I really think that part of the reason that lost its sort of, not completely lost, but lost some credibility, is like it became like adding all this stuff on there. Well, if you feel like you're a plant, then you're a plant, and like this and that.
What do you mean, like literally a plant?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
and I know that
that's
not.
I wanted to make sure that we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I know that that's not like everybody that has body dysmorphia. You know, I know there is legitimate feelings of body dysmorphia out there. But it does add some. It does discredit the legitimacy of your movement some.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden it's like, well, I feel like a cat, so I'm gonna poop in a litter box, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, not everybody, but the ones that are getting the press are those people, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you kind of got to do some damage control there and be like, hey, look, like, let's not put these guys out front. Let's put the reasonable people out there that are wearing suits.
It's like the minor attracted people argument.
And they don't have like a MLK unite.
Yeah.
If they had like a MLK.
Well, they did. His name was Harvey Milk, and they killed him.
Oh, well,
he
never
was
mind.
killed by Josh Brolin.
Damn, he had one more letter than MLK, so, you know. Milk.
I know.
The I.
I know.
He put the
I'm
I.
looking at him. I'm looking at Creighton like he's a big doofus.
Yeah.
How dare you?
His last name was Milk, though?
His name's Harvey Milk. Yes, he's a real guy.
Any
He
relation?
was the first gay elected senator or mayor. I can't remember.
Any relation to the cow?
What cow?
Sorry, I don't know. I couldn't resist the whole milk cow.
Yeah, you could have. You could have, because it was dumb. You could have thought of something good, but you chose to just say the first terrible thing.
You thought that all this time off, I was working on like my.
No, I didn't. I knew this was going to happen. Yeah. That's why I've been not doing it. I was tired of it. Like, don't say the first thing. Wait till the good thing shows up, and otherwise just have a conversation.
But listen. It's been a good break. You know, a lot of things have changed. You know, I got a new job. You got a car. Like, you know,
all kinds of shit.
I got a different person that I'm with now, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
It's Christmas.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
We're coming to you, we're recording this on December 2nd. Yeah. 2nd, yeah. So, I mean, it's been
food's gonna be so good when I get
a crazy couple months of change, you know? Something else happened, I feel like.
I'm in a hard swing from all of these topics and going to something new.
What? What I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to change the subject hard.
Oh, hold on, wait. There's something else that changed. I got a new car. I got in a wreck. You know, I still have the other car.
You still have the truck.
I sold the Lincoln.
You sold the Lincoln. You have a new vehicle.
Yeah. New car, new girl, new job. New cats. Pussy everywhere.
Yeah. That was a fun recap.
Yeah,
we got a lot of important information.
Yeah. We're audio now. We don't have.
We're audio 4 now.
We're just audio now
at the moment.
Yeah, I want to start taking pictures of
pictures would be so dumb.
Well, no. I want to do a picture of us after each recording and make that like the thumbnail. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be fun. That way you can tell each episode.
It'll be fun to do that whether you have video or not. Just continue that having
that tradition.
A specific thumbnail would be a good idea.
You could put Ted in this one.
Exactly, yeah.
That way people can see what we look like now. Because I cut my hair.
You could have like the Christmas lights somewhere in the picture, so there's people will be able to like attribute that with it. So if they want to go back and listen,
and it'll look like an album cover, like we made a music.
Sure. Was that the Christmas tree behind us?
Yeah, and I cut my hair. I mentioned that while you were talking.
You sure did.
So short now, but it's growing back out. You know, we got 3 more years of winter,
of course,
or something like that. You know?
I'm in a hard subject change now.
Go ahead, hard subject. I'm ready.
Okay. I'm probably gonna do it with Ritz and Cooper, but there's a chance I do it without them.
Okay.
In the next, maybe the next 2 years, but definitely the next 3 years. No, okay. I'm going to hike the entirety of the Appalachian Trail.
Sweet. I'm psyched for it.
It's 2,100.
How much time
miles.
do we gotta take off for that?
It'll be approximately, if you can get between, I think the numbers are, you have to average 14 to 20 miles a day. Holy shit. And you can finish it in like 5 to 7 months.
Holy shit. I can't take off 5 to 7 months. I'll take off not you.
A good... You're not you. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I want to come. Like,
you want to do it?
I'll just pop in here and there. Like, you know, I'll take a week off, come hang out with you.
Right.
Be like, this is cool. We're hiking it.
Yeah. And then just fly out or whatever.
Yeah. Then I'll bounce. Bring you some stuff. Maybe let me let you visit with Ted.
Yeah, well, not that. No. Yeah. Bring stuff, sure. Because the way it works, apparently there's plenty of stops where like there are only a couple times.
Yeah, you go through towns a lot.
Yeah,
right?
a lot. So there's only a couple times where you'd be like totally on the trail for like a few days in a row without seeing anybody.
Dude, be careful. There's so many serial killers out there.
I know. Yeah. But what I would do is, one, I definitely want to do it with someone. I don't want to do it all alone. Like, as much as it would be cool to be secluded, you know what's really cool? Being secluded when there's only 3 people. Yeah. You're still in the woods. You're still not dealing with the world. Dude, they're going
to be fucking like crazy, dude. You don't want to be with those 2 people.
What?
Like Ritz and Cooper. They're going to be fucking like crazy.
I'm not going to be sleeping in the tent with them. They're going to be walking the trail with me.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you were going to be
You think we're just all going to be fucking back to back to back the whole time?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. There will be days where we might not even say a word to each other.
That's true.
You got to think, it's 7 months. Like, you can't talk 24/7
you know what?
for 7 months.
I don't know.
We can.
I think me and you could.
Me and Ritz and Cooper
and
probably,
Ritz too. Yeah.
I was going to say, the 4 of us, we probably could, for the first month, we'd probably be nothing but
Ritz has been on here before, right?
I think so.
On the podcast?
I think they both
do
have.
we not ever... I don't think Cooper's been.
I think Cooper has
Cooper
been.
was, like, nervous. Cooper really has just started coming out of his shell.
No.
You don't think so?
You don't hang around us. Me and Cooper have been hanging out and talking shit for like a year.
Yeah, but he's been hanging out.
No, dude, you keep having girlfriends and lives outside of the friend group. You don't come and hang out with us anymore.
That's fair.
I've been talking to Cooper since
I feel like I got a pretty good like
me and
friend
Cooper
life
clicked
balance
right
though.
away, bro. Cooper was quiet for like the first 2 times I met him, and then he was like, "Wait, you like Pokemon cards?" And then it was just over, dude. And we've been best friends forever. Me and Cooper are tight.
Cooper's cool.
Cooper's great. I love Cooper. Cooper's like fucking top 5 friends.
Do we need to get Cooper on here?
Probably. Cooper would be hilarious on a podcast.
Justin on here. Like we kind of had
a problem. If Justin got on this. If we ever get to the point where I'm like, you know what, it's time to dedicate all of our time to this because we'll start making money. Justin's the one who will get it like stupid. Yeah, it'll become fucking.
Oh, dude, that
because Justin will go super like mega autistic mode on it and just like like be like, here's how you get the most fucking traffic online and blah 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 blah, blah and he'll start fucking. There's
a demo of this on my phone where we had Justin on here the day after the election.
The day after the election.
Oh my god. It was 25 minutes. Yeah. But it's like 25 minutes of
talk for a second. I have to pee so bad.
Were you going to go pee?
Yeah.
We could edit this out. We'll just clip it.
No, dude, just keep
Do you want me to record you peeing?
No,
just
talk
like the
about
dribble?
the thing with Justin.
So we had Justin on here for like a 20... Like, we were playing around with this because we can't get the fucking Zoom mic to work. And we got Justin on here it's the day after election. It's me, Charlie, Justin. And we had to walk away from everybody because nobody wanted to talk about politics. Everybody was tired of it. But it was such a crazy thing that happened with the blowout. We were talking for 25 minutes, and it's just 25 minutes of, like, not the craziest shit that's ever been said on here, but pretty much just, like, going at it. And if we had sat there, we probably could have gone for about 8 hours of us just talking about all the ins and outs of, like, what happened with her end and what happened with his end and how there's this big conspiracy and really, like, how it, honestly, especially with the stuff with the assassination, like, all the different intricacies of this election. Because this election, like, I mean, I know every election season is wild, but this one specifically was, like, bananas. Well, yes. And, like, everybody downplays how wild it was.
I'm hoping shit gets really normal from here on out. I'm hoping that with the fucking...
He said it's crazy, a new golden age, dude.
With all the crazy, like,
we're in Trump's
LGBT
America now.
stuff that got too silly and all the political stuff that got too silly and all the, like, fucking shit in, like, the Epstein shit, the Diddy shit. I'm hoping that all the craziness starts to level out and we have a semblance of normalcy where, like, the crazy shit that happens to people in their lives is just the shit that happens in their lives. We're not all focused on these big, giant events that, when you ground them to what they actually are not that crazy. Like, it used to be if you had a gay cousin, like, your cousin was gay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, crazy.
I want us to be able to laugh at ourselves again, because I feel like for so long we've taken ourselves way too seriously.
Well, we never did.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about as a country. As a country.
It's crazy, some of the conversation. I don't know if it was just the proper algorithmic, like, what's the word? What's it called when you calibration? Okay. I don't know if it was like some weird self-algorithmic calibration where I just never was bothered or like terrified or whatever by any of the things. Everything was just funny to me.
Yeah.
Like it
still is. That's the whole reason I started following the election, because
all the terrible
this
stuff.
This is the four words I heard for 6 months. Democracy is at stake.
Yes.
And I heard that everywhere from the left. Everywhere.
Yes.
Now I'm hearing is...
And on the right.
And on the right, too. Yeah, but I heard it way more.
You didn't need to make that jump.
I heard it way more on the left. Way more. And now all I'm hearing is legacy media is dead.
Yeah.
And I mean, as much as I want that to kind of be true a little bit, I don't think it is 100%. I think that we kind of need it. But, like, we need to find a good way for it to meet with what's going on now.
No, you know what you need to do for legacy media?
Yeah.
Legacy media just needs to not have advertisements.
Yeah.
If there was a 2-hour chunk of the night, every night for the news, with no ads at all, and fucking no shareholders, no nothing, just, like, government-funded, tell us the facts. That's what the news should be.
I do think
the news should be 2 hour. Pick an hour. I don't know. Yeah. I don't care. Like 4 hours, whatever it is. There should be a fucking chunk of of our tax dollars that go to funding these companies that specifically are just telling us the facts. Somebody needs to make a set amount of money, not fucking Tucker Carlson money where he was making $30 million a year or whatever it was.
Was he really?
So I don't know. Whatever the money was, these guys made ridiculous money. Bill O'Reilly, like the guys that were on it for fucking 25 years. These people, he had a fucking like radio show.
Yeah,
but I'm
he
saying
still was
like,
making money from radio.
Look, have political talk shows, have analysts, have people that do their own thing, Ben Shapiro style if they want.
Yeah,
but there should be a factual news, and if they say the way the View's getting fucking trampled on right now.
It's hilarious.
They say crazy shit,
hilarious.
and then they have to fact check it because they're getting in trouble finally for saying crazy
shit.
Oh,
they should. Dude.
All of the news should have that. You should retract information that you put out that was wrong.
Whoopi Goldberg's hilarious.
Sure. No, we're not getting on the View.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm saying we're not talking about that right now.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is they did a fucking survey on the news. Fox News was the most accurate of 2023 at 51% accuracy.
So, like, flip a coin and they're right.
They were fucking right half the time. Yeah, and and they were the best one. The worst one was I think
CNN probably.
I think it was MSNBC. I don't know. It might have been CNN.
MSNBC was crazy too.
51 was the high point, and it was down to like 39 or 40% was the low. That's how much. It was like less than half of everything almost was accurate to what was actually going on. No one's going to tell you that. Fox is going to tell you when CNN fucks up. And vice versa, but they never retracted a story like they used to. Yeah. It used to be if you fucked up a story, you made a retraction.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to make a retraction.
We never see a retraction.
They can't because it would be all they talk about. Yeah. There'd never be any more news because they'd just be retracting everything because they keep lying about half of what they're talking about. Half the show would be the stuff they're saying that's true, and the other half would be them talking about what they got wrong. Which, even if that's what it was, that should be what it is, but that's how you fix it, and you stop making it all about money. Yeah. Money is the biggest fucking... money is the root of all evil. Yeah. Money is the fucking root of all of this fucking madness because people are making money doing fucking terrible shit. People are making money fucking stacking the deck against corporations and against the American people and against individuals. And some of it's just petty. Sometimes you have companies buying out other companies because one CEO talks shit to the other one. Like, it's like that should not be how we take it. It's a petty thing. Yeah. Our information has gotten so skewed with phones and the internet because you're never going to stop taking in information.
It's kind of hilarious, too, because it's like that old man, like, have you seen that old man rule? It's like, 50% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, look at, okay.
That's me. That's the news. That's Fox.
If you look back at the 80s and the 90s.
They're the best.
If you look back at the 80s and the 90s, it was like 10 or 20% of the population was, like, voting. Like, it was never most of the population. Yeah. It was always like there's a subsect. It's usually old people and middle-aged people that vote. Yeah. No one who's young votes because they don't give a fuck. Yeah. And
I think this election it changed, right?
With the last 3 elections, it just kept getting more and more and more. Yeah. But the thing that's crazy is there was a reason for so long those people is because it was the people that had lived long enough to be able to tell what was right and wrong. Yeah. People our age honestly shouldn't even be allowed to fucking vote. Like, you shouldn't be able to vote till you're fucking 40. Yeah. To me, like, because if that's what the message is, if the message is wait till you're 40 to vote, then the people they're not going to be trying to get 18-year-olds to vote by being stupid. Think about it this way. For the last 3 elections, since the internet got really important in elections, Obama revolutionized the election process because he used Facebook to blow up his campaign. When you do that, you have more young people than ever vote. And I'm not saying Obama was like, let me get the dumb people to vote for me. But any instance where you
need... He was just trying to win.
Yeah, but any instance where you need the younger people to vote, all of a sudden you have to dumb down your policy.
Yeah.
That is not smart. No. Dumbing down your policy is it's a terrible idea to me. To me, if you have to dumb down your policy so fucking 20-year-olds can understand what it is, maybe 20-year-olds shouldn't have to understand like this big policy if it's dumbed down. Maybe they don't really get it. Do you really think you're making your policy smart enough if you're dumbing it down at all? I don't think any important message should not be dumbed down to where people who don't totally get it kind of get it now, because now you can just say the good part of your policy and not the bad. You should be able to give your whole policy, the entire understanding of what it is, to people that understand it. Sometimes only a fifth of the population should be voting, is what I'm saying. We shouldn't have a country of 330 million people and everyone of voting age vote. Because guess what? I know a lot of fucking idiots. I know a bunch of 18-year-old idiots, and I know a bunch of 50-year-old idiots. There are a lot of people that are just dumb that don't need to be voting.
I think this election was only 153. It was still
That's
only
half
about
the
half.
population.
I know, but what I'm saying is like it wasn't all of it, you know?
Well, yeah, but it's most of it. Most of the voting population is what I'm saying. There's more young people than old people.
Yeah.
Or it's close. It's like a third. It's like either way. What I'm saying is it used to be, older people voted because older people were paying attention.
Yeah.
Young people live their lives. They weren't focused on politics. They're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be governed by career politicians. We're supposed to be governed by people that are like trying to fix the problems. Not people that are trying to make money on all the problems and perpetuate the problems and keep people sick so that they keep buying medicine and keep getting patted on the back by the fucking pharmaceutical companies who are just funding them to keep the perpetual fucking sick machine going. Or the other fucking side of it, where you have the industrial war complex just pushing all the fucking guns and tanks. The deep state. Yeah. You have all these people just perpetuating issues because it's making them money. Instead, how about we fucking have people farm and make food and have restaurants and make cool products and have people build cool things and have another industrial revolution where everybody can take part of it instead of being scared by it, because you're just scaring people into not wanting to get the fucking mission statement of be cool and be awesome more.
Well, that's what
Think back to the fucking 60s. We were 20 years post World War II. The 60s, we go to fucking space. We have the best economy we've ever had in the history of the planet that was recorded. like shit is fucking amazing in the 60s all the way through the middle of the 70s. Then the fucking Cold War happens. Because we have
the Cold War was going on the whole time. That was part of the space race.
But it got brought to everyone's attention. Everyone was scared. The mission statement was now scare people of the scary things.
Well, the Red Scare, dude.
Well, yeah, worry people of the scary stuff that could happen. And scary stuff might happen. But, we can we can handle the scary stuff and not lie to everybody about it at the same time. Because the problem has always been lying to people. People have a fucking shitty, what's the word I'm blanking on?
Worldview?
No, they have a fucking, damn it.
I don't think the answer
agenda.
Is yeah.
They have a shitty agenda. People have an agenda, so they're never giving you the whole truth. And that's, to circle this back to the fucking, I want to talk about the Appalachian Trail, you son of a bitch.
Sorry.
Circling back.
Well, you told me to talk for
I know, this is all my
That's
fault.
where it went
but circling back to the fucking,
Appalachian.
The certain people need to vote. You shouldn't vote till you're 40. I think you shouldn't be allowed to vote till you're 40 so that the first 40 years of your life are dedicated to living and having a good time.
And understanding.
And understanding yourself and understanding the problems and looking forward to being 40 and voting. If you take an interest when you're 30, start making it your mission to get young people educated and excited about voting, because it means that they now have a say in what's going on. Because it means that the first 40... If the first 40 years of your life are dedicated to being informed, but also, I need to have a good time because I can't vote anyway, so why bother? You know what I mean? At least then you're also having a good time. You're trying to stay sort of educated. Then you can fucking cram those last 5 years if you really want to be educated. You can, study. Listen, take a fucking history class on the last 30 years. History isn't just the Civil War. History isn't just World War II. Pay attention to the fucking 70s and 80s because shit was important. Yeah. There's a reason they made a lot of really important movies.
That's the reason why they skip over that part.
That's the reason they skip over it in school. Exactly. They don't want you to know that we were fucking shit up in a bad way.
Dude.
Anyway, I want to go to. I want to hike the Appalachian Trail, man.
I just want to say one more thing. Like, one thing that's kind of got me hyped about like Trump being president is like he came out with his speech and he's like, "We're gonna build new cities." Like, and do all this stuff. Like, because what made me think about it was, like, you saying that thing about having a new industrial revolution.
Yeah.
He was, like, talking, like, hyping up, he was like, we're going to
AI and robots and shit's what I'm talking about. It's like...
Oh, yeah, but I mean, like...
There's only so much you can do industrially that has not happened already.
He was like...
It won't be as much revolution as
we're
it will
going
be
to build
growth.
new cities, and it's going to be like when they built the interstates, you know? Yeah. It's going to be like, you know, we're going to...
Wouldn't it be hilarious if Trump's the one who actually gets the fucking transit system started in California like it was
I think he could. It's
like some ridiculous budget of like $9 billion.
He's got the House. He's got the Senate. He's got the judicial system.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's talked about running on building the transit.
Right,
I don't think he wants to yet. But wouldn't it be hilarious if someone gets like Elon gets in his ear like, "Hey man, we need to dig these tunnels. I'm going to build a train." Like, it'd be so funny.
For at least 2 more years, he's got a clear path to do pretty much whatever he wants within reason. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll see. I'm hoping for the best. You know, hopefully it won't go to his head and he fucks up. You know.
But here's the real question. Have you ever, like, shit in a hole in the woods?
No.
Because I'm going to do that a lot when I'm going on the Appalachian Trail, dog. I want to do it so bad.
You should take the camper, dude.
Thanksgiving... No. Fuck
no.
No, I'm talking about walking it, not
driving
like walking it. I want to walk the Appalachian Trail. Dude, what? Drive... It's 2,000 miles. You could drive it in 2 days.
No, there's trails.
You can't drive the trails.
They're
on the mountain.
No, but there's trails you can drive on.
Yeah, but not the Appalachian Trail. You can't drive the entirety of the Appalachian Trail. It would just be a highway. Are you kidding me?
You should take a bike.
No, with a little camper on it. I want to walk it. Walking it would be because you can still drag carts too or push carts. There's ways you can do that too, which I might do something like that.
You're gonna need some nice shoes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll probably go through 2 or 3 pair. Yeah. I mean, it's 5 to 7 months of fucking walking. Like, and I might fucking go slow. I might make it just a year of hiking that trail. But either way,
what are we gonna do about this while you're gone? Just come up there and record? Like,
I probably just won't do it. Yeah. Like, I'll probably, or do it with them, or maybe you do it with me. Maybe we get to a point where we actually can't do it. Maybe one of us hits the lottery. We're just like, you know what? Fuck it.
Honestly,
we're going on a fucking walkabout,
the way my Robinhood stocks have been popping off lately.
Everyone's stocks, everyone's fucking crypto has been booming.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Dude, if we stay on track, like this time next year, I might be able to
my nest egg. I just want it to look. It could stick in a solid 6 to 10% growth forever. I'm gonna be totally satisfied with that. I don't just let it fucking chill.
This is the part where we talk about finances and the Appalachian Trail.
Exactly. No, not finances. Appalachian Trail. I want to do it real bad. I've been for a long time. I've been wanting to.
It looks sick. I want to do it too.
Turn off my like social meter and just fucking dip and just go away for a while.
Yeah.
And I think this is a way to do it and still. One, I'm still gonna be tied to like I'm still gonna have my phone. I'll probably take a fucking solar panel with me, like a backpack one, so I can like charge it and like actually keep it on because like I'm still gonna need to be able to call people and tell them what's going on. I can't just like not talk to my brother or my dad or my sister or like my family.
They love you way too much.
Exactly. Well, so apparently the best time to do it is go from Georgia to Maine. Like you start south, go north, and you start in March because it's right after. It's right when it's starting to stop being cold.
Yeah.
So you're going through the summer. You're totally like it's like climate control because you're going northern while it's getting hot.
So it's staying like
it's
about the same time.
A good temperature most of the time, and it's easier to like do shit like that when it's hot than it is when it's cold. Like when you're in this climate. If you live in Alaska, like there's you don't really get to pick. It's always 60 degrees or colder. It's always cold. It's always really fucking cold or just shy of warm. You know what I mean in Alaska. But if you did this. Again, it's like 5 to 7 months on average. 14 to 20 miles a day is what you'd have to accomplish, which is basically like if you're at a solid fucking 3-4 mile an hour walk, which is not slow. 3 or 4 miles an hour is walking fast. That is a brisk walk.
You power walk, dude.
You power walk. You'd have to. I think 5 miles an hour is technically running.
I'm not leaving. I'm getting a water.
So I don't think they know or care. Like you're in the room still. But like it's like 5 or 5.5 miles an hour is like technically running or at least trotting. And I don't think I'd ever be trotting unless I was going downhill. I want to do most of it just walking. I'm not like a runner. I would just want to backpack. But doing like say you just walk 3 miles an hour. Say you're walking relatively at a decent pace, but still kind of slow. 3 miles an hour to achieve say 12 miles a day. That's 4 hours of walking if you keep it at a breakneck pace of 3 hours. Exactly. Or 3 miles an hour, exactly, right? And there'll be times you go faster, there'll be times you go slow. When you're going downhill, you need to be faster, blah, blah, blah. All that shit. So you're looking at probably between 4 and 7 hours of walking a day at least. And then you build camp, get a little fire, fucking make some food, eat food, talk shit.
Yeah.
And then, depending on the day, you buy an energy drink. If you stop in a town, you get fucking 10 hours walking in that day. Just say, fuck it. You just go. You go for 30 miles. You just walk like a maniac. Just kill it. Dude. You just kill it. You get half your fucking, week of walking out of the way. Like, there's times where you'll have that energy. There's times where you won't. Most of the time you won't because you're just constantly burning calories.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of fucking Knowles rice packs that I'm buying. Like, those little fucking dollar packs of rice at Food Lion and shit. Just buy fucking 20 of those at a time. Carry them in your bag. Fucking find a stream, get some water.
Dude? You like grits?
No, I don't. But that's what the Knowles is basically. Yeah. It's just those instant rices. You just fucking boil them for 10 minutes and you're good.
You should get some grits, dude. Like learn to like grits because you don't have to boil grits. You can just if you get little instant packets, all you need is a bottle of water, dude. Yeah, 2 cups.
No, I'm not doing that.
Just a little bit of cheese.
I'd rather just boil
grits it. Grits are so good. I can't believe you're shitting on grits right now.
I hate grits.
Look, you need me to make you some grits, dude. No. I can make. I make what's called.
No one can make good grits.
Listen. I can do it. I convinced Caitlin. All right, for those of you who don't know.
No. I'm not getting into this conversation. I'm talking about Appalachian.
Well, no. I'm
There's lots of food things. Look, man, grits is one thing. There's lots of foods. I'm not gonna like grits for this. No. I'm talking about the Appalachian Trail. We're not talking about how you have a new girlfriend. She likes to cook and she's a chef and she makes pastries.
But listen, she hated grits, right? I was like, hey, give me a day. I'll convince you. All right? No. This is what I did. I made a breakfast bowl with grits.
She's being so nice.
Eggs,
she's being
bacon,
nice.
Cheese.
She was being nice.
Potatoes, fried potatoes in the bowl.
Potatoes are also too easy. I would just get powdered potatoes and make those instead. There's lots of things there's lots of easy trail food.
Those are good too.
Yeah, that work. This cat's amazing.
Would you want to go boots or tennis shoe?
Tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Not boots.
No?
No. Tennis shoes for sure.
Yeah.
You need to be it's a trail. It's not, you're not walking
I get that.
A lot of the trail is in the woods, but it's a trail. It's like.
Are you worried at all about serial killers?
No, I'm gonna have a gun.
Yeah.
I'll shoot people
but I mean,
me.
there's all these, okay, so I was listening to this crime podcast one time, right? And this guy hacked up this guy and his girlfriend on the trail. Yeah. And they had guns and stuff, dude. He just waited till they fell asleep and just
sure. That happens, but
And he was just chilling with them. He was walking up pretending to be their friend and stuff, and they thought he was cool. They were all hanging out by the fire and stuff, and they fell asleep and he just
Well, you know what?
And then he stuffed their bodies underneath this wooden pavilion.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let's Google it. Let's see how many people die on the Appalachian Trail every year.
Probably a lot.
Well, there's people that die doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to die. I'm just saying if you do, can I have your car?
How many How many people die every year?
On the app. He's Googling it right now, by the way.
On the app.
He's not just saying
you couldn't tell that?
No, I'm describing it. We're radio now, basically.
The all-cause mortality rate in the Appalachian region declined from 378,000 deaths per 100,000. Hold on. No, that's
stats.
No, that's the wrong thing. Appalachian Trail.
Okay.
On the Appalachian
Dude, Ted, are you okay? Jesus Christ.
Okay. Death on the Appalachian Trail is a rare occurrence, and death by drowning is even less common. Some estimates suggest that 2 to 3 million people step foot on the Appalachian Trail every year, but just 2 to 3 people die along the 2,200-mile trail annually, with most of those deaths related to health conditions or falls. 2 to 3 people.
2 to 3 people.
Out of 2 to 3 million.
I mean, look.
So you're talking 1 per million, and I feel like if you're in a group of 3 or more, it's probably way down. It's probably motherfuckers that go out there by themselves on a walkabout and have a heart attack because he's 60 and he wanted to do some big cool thing.
You know what's crazy is those guys. There's those people that go out there and it's just them by themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of people. Well, again, it's like walkabout. It's sometimes you need the solitude.
Have you seen?
There's a really good movie that just came out called Outrun, kind of about that. This woman, Saoirse Ronan, the chick from Lady Bird and Pretty Women, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
She.
Is that a sequel to Pretty Woman?
No. Her character is an alcoholic, and she goes to Orkney, Scotland, where she's from. It's a true story. It's based on a memoir. And she went there where a lot of people use meetings and group things to get better. She did the opposite and kind of went and secluded herself from everybody and just went out in Orkney and fucking studied birds. And like literally she just like drives to like quadranted areas of fields to listen for this endangered bird, and just like handled her sobriety by being alone for fucking like months and months and a year.
Yeah.
And it's a really, really good movie. It was, and I was really high when I watched it. It was amazing.
You know what's crazy is I was gonna say, have you seen the map overlay for like disappearances in the woods and national parks and stuff with like underground cave systems?
I believe it. I mean, statistically, it would just make sense that it would like be in those areas more often than others.
But I'm just saying, like it lines up a lot. So it's like these people are just falling in fucking holes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might fall in a hole.
Nah.
There's a cave system.
I'm sure, but
a couple cave systems.
I'm sure there's definitely cave systems, but like. If you think about me, Ritz, Cooper, who's falling in holes more than anybody?
Probably Cooper.
It's gonna be Ritz, bro. She's gonna be the one that like, ooh, look at that cave, guys. Let's go look. And me and Cooper gonna be like, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, but like out of all the people that would be able to like fall in and then also climb out and discover like some sort of mole people and become friends with them, it would be Ritz.
It would be Ritz. Ritz would definitely
like out of the three of you, she's definitely becoming the mole.
Ritz is gonna be the one that sees a lizard and goes, guys, you're not gonna believe this. That lizard just blinked SOS to me in Morse code.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's sentient.
Do you remember?
We need to follow that lizard.
We were playing that game at Friendsgiving, and she started talking about kimono dragons off of a question. I was like, "Where do you get your news from?" And she goes, "Kimono dragons." But she has a
that's
kimono.
Not what.
Well, I know.
That's a bad way to frame that. See, that's a terrible way of framing what actually happened.
But like, I mean, that was her answer.
That was her example.
Yeah.
Was that she read about Komodo dragons on Google News? That was what the actual thing was. You just the way you said that sounded like she gets her news from Komodo dragons. That's ridiculous.
A fleet of them bring her a paper.
Yeah, every fucking
written by Komodo dragons.
Yeah,
for Komodo dragons.
Komodo dragons are not venomous. This article was written by Komodo dragons. Because that's what she was learning. In reality, they're just fucking gross.
Yeah, they see brush their teeth.
They're just disgusting lizards. Yeah. Bro, go chase your friend, bro. Stop looking at me like that every time you hear that bell.
He loves you.
This cat is a maniac, bro. I love this cat, man.
Theodore's great. Theodora.
This is the best cat ever, dude.
Oh yeah, no.
Get out
She's
of here,
great.
Theodore. You're gonna. I'm just gonna.
Or he's great. Sorry,
I love you, man. Come here. Just be my friend, dude. Be my friend.
Be your baby.
I love you. I love this cat, bro. This cat's so. Why is he so nice? He lets me do anything. I can see her and shake him. He's just like, "Hey, I'm a cat." Like he doesn't fucking claw you. He doesn't bite you. He just licks your arm every now and again.
He's the best. I know how to pick him, dude. I know how to pick him.
You're a great.
You
cat.
know, I picked him out at the shelter. So we probably should tell this story. I lost a bet.
Creighton wanted a cat.
No, yes. I didn't want a cat. I was super against cats.
Okay. Go ahead and say your bet. And I'm going to allow for 5 seconds of silence when it's over for the audience to really just hear what you just said.
Okay.
So say what the bet was.
So
don't describe it after. Don't try to justify anything. Just say what the bet was, and then we're going to sit here for 5 seconds of silence.
I lost my remote, and I bet Caitlin. I was like, hey, if you can find the remote. She'd been begging me for a cat for months. I was like, hey, look, if you find this remote, I won't just get you a cat. I'll get you 2 cats. And she found the remote.
Creighton wanted cats.
No.
Yes.
No.
I
picked out the best cats, though. Because I'm good at picking out animals.
You wanted cats. You were excited about
animals,
having cats.
Dude. Because I love animals.
Yeah, because you love animals. But you wanted a cat is why you made the bet.
I'm trying to turn them into outside cats.
What you wanted was cats. That's why you made the bet. Acknowledge it. Agree with it.
I miss Delta.
True. Yeah, that's what I thought. You missed cats and you wanted cats, right?
Delta was a sick cat.
Hey, stop lying to yourself and others. You wanted a cat. Right?
No, not really.
Creighton, you wanted a cat. You bet your girlfriend that she couldn't find. You bet your girlfriend that if she could find the remote, you'd get her cats.
It was super
wanted.
gone, dude.
Creighton,
it was
so
a
remote
gone.
in your house.
I haven't found. There was 3 of them at one point, and we haven't found the 3rd one.
So you have found 2 remotes.
I had 2 remotes. Yeah,
that work on the same TV.
Well,
so there were. So hold on. What was it? Was it 3 remotes for 1 TV?
No. So this is what happened. I had a 3rd TV at one point, and then lightning ran in on it and killed it. But the remote still worked. Because if you have a Roku
this other TV.
Yeah, if you have a Roku remote, it's interchangeable. You can take it.
So here's what I'm hearing. Yeah. There were 3 remotes that worked on the TV you were looking for, and you bet your girlfriend that if she found a remote, you'd get her 2 cats.
No, if she found the remote that was missing.
And she did.
Yeah.
So you wanted 2 cats.
No.
You at least wanted 1 cat.
Scoot was fine by herself.
You wanted cats.
She was a great only child.
You wanted cats.
I love Ted. Grim, Grim's fine.
I'll let anybody listening to this decide for yourself. I feel like I've made a well enough argument that pretty much anybody except for Creighton is going to come to the conclusion that Creighton wanted cats made a very silly bet to justify getting them.
You made a well-oiled machine of an argument. I gotta say though, I do like doing this on the couch. Like those chairs were comfortable for a long time, but like God,
they would be fun. They would be more fun if we had people.
Yeah,
but like you and me just chilling at the on the
dude,
couch.
Like I can just lay down any second.
Is fun.
Yeah.
I do like the situation.
Yeah, like I can't wait for you to come over one day and just be like high as fuck, like get high as fuck for some reason in here, and then us record like and see what happens.
I don't know. We'll probably have to do that at my house.
Yeah,
because I can't drive. I get real dumb.
Yeah. Did I tell you what happened to me in Colombia?
No.
Okay, so like my
when
this was like last month.
Okay.
Beginning of last month. My cousin does a lot of Delta 9.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's who I think, right?
Yeah, no, it's exactly who you think it is. And he was like, hey man, try this. Like, it's vape. And I hit it.
Oh, I remember
just the one vape, just the one time.
You fool.
It was the worst experience I've ever had.
Yeah, you were in another
and like realm. Delta 9, super legal, super like, you just go to the store and buy it.
Yeah.
Worst thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah. Like, oh.
Totally.
Dude.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Dude, I fucking...
Yeah.
I bought 3 Delta 9 Reese cups like fucking 7-8 months ago maybe a year ago. I don't even know. It's been a while. They were 75 milligrams apiece.
Yeah.
I cut them into eighths.
Yeah.
I could eat 1/8.
Is this what you were telling me about that you did the other day?
I could eat 1/8 of a 75 milligram Delta 9 Reese cup, and I'd get pretty good and high off of it, and just play video games. I would just play video games or watch a movie or something like that because it was fun. I would just do that. I got down to the final eighth of the third cup. We're talking the 24th of a Reese cup. You know what I mean? 35 minutes in, I looked down at my watch, and my heart rate was 156 beats per minute. I was having a straight up, like, freak panic attack. Like, I was not handling it well. And I went upstairs, and I told Mike, I said, hey, man, it's very possible that... Is it done? Did it stop recording?
No, we're good.
Oh, okay.
I was just checking, because I saw it kept lining up.
I said, it's very possible that I'm going to need you to take me to the fucking hospital.
Yeah. No, dude, like...
But look, no, I'm not... That was just the beginning. It got so much worse. He was like, hey man, we're going to go outside and stand in the cold. The cold's going to help, trust me. Standing on the front porch, I started full-blown tripping. Like psychedelic hallucinations. Yeah. I was seeing like fucking fragmented shapes and shit in my vision. Yeah. Like coming at me and like bending around, and like the bend of the shapes was the future. I was seeing what I was about to say and then falling into my decisions. Yeah. It was crazy. The bush in the front yard, my best friend. More than you. I'm closer to that bush than anyone in my life right now. That bush grounded me to reality. All I had to do was walk up to the bush and grab the branches, and like I could feel like the cold bolts of lightning that were like electrically grounding it to the earth. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, I'm back. And I would look at Mike and be like, dude, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I know this is really annoying, but like right now while I hold the bush, I'm good. I can hold on, and I'm fucking here, and I'm lucid. But I'm about to let go because I can't hold on to it. And when I let go, I'm gonna be falling again for a while. And he was like, I understand. And I let go, and I was like, whoa. And then for fucking that was 10 o'clock Sunday night. I did not regain consciousness.
Oh, I know, because we were going to do this. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
And you were still...
I told you. I literally texted you like, bro, I have been tripping for 20 hours. It was not until... I did not come all the way...
This was the same day, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I did not come all the way down until fucking 9:30 in the morning, Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday. That means all of Monday. The entirety of Monday, I was fucked up, bro. I was gone.
Well, and it's crazy.
Monday ended and it wasn't over for 9 hours. Do you understand that? Like, I started on Sunday. Monday ended and I had 9 more hours to go. 9:30, I woke up Tuesday morning and I was like, I have to work today. Yeah. I went and stood in the shower for 20 minutes in ice cold water until I could feel my feet. And then I was like, okay,
I think I'm back. And I started walking around the house. I started looking at stuff. And there's a while, I don't know if you know this, but when you get really fucked up, there's a while when you are sober that you're not sure you're sober.
Yeah. Oh,
I was like walking around like feeling stuff and like grabbing items.
Yeah.
Like I like eat a chip and I was like, okay, that tastes like a chip. But does it taste like a chip because I want it to taste like a chip? Or does it taste like a chip because I don't understand what chips taste like?
Yeah, you're psyching yourself out.
Because I still am the chip. What is this? And then finally, for like 3 hours, I walked around and I was like, okay, I think I'm okay. And I got in my car and I started it and I was like, this is like 3 hours into truly I was sober, but I just had not felt satisfied with my sobriety. I fucking started the car and was like, can I drive? Is it even possible? And I was like, I'm just going to drive to the coffee shop. And I drove to fucking Daily Grind, got a coffee, sat there and wrote for like a half hour, and then got back in the car and went home. And I was like, okay, I'm back. I can go to work.
We're back, boys.
We're back, baby. Like, I felt safe. It was fucking crazy.
So my experience was, I hit this vape. We were riding to go pick up my cousin's, his offsprings.
Yeah.
And his children. And we pick them up. We go out to eat in this restaurant.
By the way, I've got like 15 minutes left in me before
yeah?
I need to head out. Okay.
Yeah. We were going to go hang out at this restaurant and eat. The world melted around me. Like,
no, it's nuts.
It was, and he was like, "You're quiet," and I was like, I was fighting it the whole time. I was like, I don't want to feel like this. You know what I mean? Right now.
The last time I was scared was when I was with you, Marcy, and Quentin at the beach, and we went to that fucking restaurant on the water.
Oh, you talking about for my birthday?
Yeah. Remember when we went to the restaurant on the water, and I took that edible before we left, and then we were sitting there, and I was like, it's here. Like, I started looking at the fucking painting on the wall. I was like, this is not okay.
If that's what's legal, like the Delta 9 shit and the CBD, like, dude.
No.
Dude.
No, that's not the way to look at it. Because I've done the stuff that's illegal.
Yeah.
And it's way better. The Delta 9, you're not supposed to feel like that. Look, 23 out of 24 times, I felt what Delta 9 is supposed to be.
Yeah.
What you did was probably close to what happened the other day.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Isn't it weird that me and you had that same experience on the same day?
Definitely not the same.
We're cosmically
yours was done.
connected.
Yours was over fast enough where you could drive home that night.
No, I was. I mean, like, I could drive, but like, it was not a great
it?
time. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But still.
And sitting at that restaurant, dude, I was eating food. It was horrible.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, well, it didn't taste bad. It was
different.
it was the texture of it was like. Because I could just feel it sliding down my throat, and it was happening in slow motion. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
that's not the same.
I was
different.
thinking about stuff and thinking about eating.
When I was dealing with what I was dealing with,
and
eating
like
was
5 minutes
the
past,
greatest
like 5
thing that
hours.
you could do.
Yeah.
Eating was the best.
It tasted great. It was the flavor and everything was enhanced.
Yeah,
for sure. But like at one point, my cousin was like, "Hey man, are you okay? You're being really quiet." And I was like, "Yeah."
I'm having a terrible time.
Yeah, I was, and I think he could tell. He was like, "I gotta get out of here."
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Because he was just like, as soon as we got back to his house, he was like, "Yeah, anyways, we gotta get to his birthday dinner. So you get get out of here." Like,
you need to like crash on the couch.
Yeah, no. He's cool. He's cool.
Yeah,
I think he was just ready
great.
to like get on out there and go do his thing.
Yeah.
He's always a man on the move.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, that was like the worst thing
so
that's ever happened to me. Like, aside from like, it was worse than that night at the hot tub.
Well, the night at the hot tub was not even bad. You just weren't used to being in that mind.
No,
like that.
No. Well, and that's why I don't do that stuff. I don't like any of that.
So that's not a good way of looking at it, because like you could totally do it and be fine. Your problem is you always have to work the next day. You're never in a state of mind where you're going to be able to know like I can allow myself to go to this place mentally and not be scared about it because I don't work the next day.
You don't have responsibility.
Exactly. So often I'm able to do stuff like that because I have the schedule to allow it.
Yeah.
More often than not. Granted, this time it didn't work out totally how I wanted, and that's what was scary about it by the end of Monday.
Yeah.
But that whole Sunday night, it was just scary because it was a place I had not been before.
Yeah.
But once I was like in it after about 3 hours, I was like, okay, this is wild, but like now I'm kind of able to enjoy it, and it was great. Look, it was the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say that and you think that I'm like joking about it. Like, I want to take a second, let the silence hit.
Yeah.
It was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Like, I understand shit differently now.
I get that.
It was amazing.
I get that.
It
part
was
of it.
scary.
It's just like,
but it was amazing.
I think for me, it's like it messes with how my mental
your
configuration.
Your body chemistry is ridiculous. You eat trash and a lot of it constantly. You work a job 5 days a week. Like you are living the type of lifestyle that generally stereotypically would deem this totally terrible wrong thing to do. Like it's usually like you for all intents and purposes on paper you're a square. You're like a fucking doofus, normal guy in every movie that everyone's like, that's fucking Joe. He's the fucking office guy. We don't even like Joe. But you're like this cool, interesting person who does that thing.
Yeah.
Generally, in history...
It's like a hobby to be like the regular guy for me, and now you go do weird shit.
Exactly.
It's like...
in history, you're the guy that is like, drugs are bad. Like, but like, and that's probably a reason. I bet you, I mean it when I say this. There's a reason those people don't like it. And it's because they tried it and they had a bad experience and they only see it for the bad experience. Yeah. And it's because of the life they lead and the way they live their life. If you were working 2 days a week and you had a 4-day stint in the middle of your week where you could do whatever you want, bro, you'd be doing fucking mushrooms and acid and doing these things that are
I don't
open your mind.
I've never really been into that,
but
though.
I know.
Even before this.
I wasn't either. I didn't do anything until I was 25. That's and really, fair. It was close to when I was almost 26 before I even did
it.
I
don't know. I'm just speaking off of my... Maybe it'll change one day. Maybe it won't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, me personally, like, the thing...
I think demonizing those things...
Well, I don't agree with demonizing them. Yeah, because everybody's different and everybody's body chemistry is different. Exactly. I'm just saying, for me personally, outside of, like, the social reasons and not to, I'm just saying, for me personally, it's never jived with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In any form. And, like... The one thing that kind of does but doesn't really is like I'll drink every now and then. You know what I mean? I really don't. I know you're like making that face, but like I really don't drink as much as I used to. I cut back a lot.
I'm sure, but that's still not like as you used to is still way more than anyone ever should.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
A normal amount everybody is still probably a lot for most people. No, they don't.
Yeah,
no,
I think a lot more people than you realize go through it.
Yeah, but okay, sure, but not everybody.
No, maybe not everybody. Everybody might not.
I drink 4 times a year.
Yeah,
and me drinking is drinking like an Italian ice. Smirnoff.
Like, that's the whole body chemistry thing again. You know what I mean? Your thing is like, you know, you like doing stuff that's going to take you to another place mentally, right?
Yeah, well, drinking.
And my thing is like, we just have different ways of getting there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, the thing is, I mean, to me, I've gotten to, the older I get, the more I get to a place where like, I really like being in control of where I'm at and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so, like, the less I really want to get to, like, I want to get fucked up, you know, with beer, you know, or with anything. Yeah. Granted, the only thing I've ever really done is beer, you know, or alcohol, you know.
Right.
But,
or
I mean,
alcohol.
what, huh?
Or alcohol.
Beer, alcohol, yeah. Alcohol in general. Alcohol in general. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the older I get, the more I'm like, I just want to be in control of my situation, you know? And, like, really... Now, honestly, like whenever I do drink, I like to drink the shit that tastes good. I don't like to drink the shit that's like, you know, just gonna get you fucked up.
Yeah. Well, for so long,
and like people talk shit. People talk shit. They're like, "Oh, you're not a man if you don't drink this thing if that tastes like shit." Like, fuck you, dude.
I'm not a man because you want it to be justified being a man because it makes you feel like a man.
Yeah, like
being a man can be this and that. Like, you can
like fuck you. I want to drink something that actually tastes good. You know what I mean?
Classic toxic.
I don't want to taste something that makes me want to kill myself afterwards because it's burned a hole in my throat. Like Jesus.
I love the idea that like for so long. People were like, "Do this thing that's terrible for you because it means you're a man." That was just a way of guys who were like
slam your head into the wall. You're a man.
It was guys who were just coping with being idiots.
Yeah,
because they knew that they were perpetuating their terrible behavior by saying that you were a man if you did it.
Yeah,
and that's just like that's what toxic masculinity.
Yeah, that's what we need to be talking.
Being
about.
being an emotionally intelligent person. You can still go to the gym, be buff, chop wood, do stuff that is masculine.
You can be healthy and
be masculine. You can be a healthy masculine person.
Yeah.
And like
that's one of the things they've been talking about. It's like for so long, like all these people that came out to vote, like I know we're trying back to the other thing again. But listen. Like for so long it like people were making people feel bad for being masculine. You know what I mean? Because they're like, "Oh, you're a man. You're a straight white dude. Not great for society."
Yeah.
Why?
That's kind of how the society starts.
Right, for real. Like, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like every race and every sex has their shortcomings. But, like, you know, you got to see the good in all of
pretty
it.
racist.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly what it was.
Everyone's got problems.
They lost because everybody's racist and homophobic.
Yep. It's about time we all figured out where we stand.
Yeah. I love Bill Maher, Bill Mayer's rant after election night. He's like, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was fucking, I love
Where it's
Bill
like, how poetic is it that the party that is like against sexism and racism thinks they lost because of sexism and racism. Like, ugh.
Genius.
And I think we're all tired of the ists. Like, I heard so many ists words: fascist, racist, sexist. Like, you know, homophobic ists. Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I like your little stuffed lights on the tree. They look cool.
Right. It looks sick.
Those
Caitlin put those up. It's a good tree.
That was a good tree.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be a good year, dude. It's been a good year so far. I mean, like, you know, knock on wood. Like,
yeah,
you know.
we'll see.
I think look, honestly, I think we're on the precipice of a lot of great things, dude. I mean, like, I've got, like, not just as a country, but us personally too. I mean, you're rolling with your shit and like the things you've worked on in your life and the goals you've set. I'm rolling with my shit and the goals I've set. Next goal for me, pontoon boat, dude.
Right.
This time next year, we're going to be sitting on one doing this podcast from that. And then, you know, it's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. And whatever challenges come up, we'll face together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
What if we lose? We'll do that together, too.
Oh, my God. Wrap it up. It's time to fucking go.
This message brought to you by...
Homophobic racists.
Homophobic racists.
From South Carolina. That's us.
Sponsored by
Toxic Masculines.
Was it funded by viewers like you? Thank you. Mm-hmm. Why should we get copyrighted for me doing that?
Doing the fucking what is that price? Is that
just because people are trained just to listen to that Price is Right thing?
Cut it off, dude.
All right. Goodbye. Good night. Have a good night. Have a good day.
Oh my God. End it.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Now.